I'm gonna hold your hand and my hand when I say this, but the Latina baddie makeup look, I don't even think is really Latina in the first place.
And before you smash your keyboard, please hear me out.
The one girl that everyone likes to base Latina makeup off of isn't even Latina, so what the hell is Latina makeup? I wanted to talk about this too because I've been seeing so many like South Asian brown girls and like Indian brown girls do like the Latina baddie makeup trend. After doing some research and calling out on my Latina community on Instagram, they literally said that that's not really accurate to what Latina makeup is. And honestly, Latina makeup is not a thing. Every country in Latin America has like a different makeup look that's really prevalent. And then I was doing even more research and I found out that Latina baddie makeup was actually inspired by the Chicana movement, specifically Chicana makeup, which was actually a social and political movement in the United States. So instead of doing this Latina baddie makeup, today I actually want to try Chicana makeup to actually pay homage to the inspiration from where this extremely viral makeup look has come from. And even though I'm maybe not Latina, I am Indian, I feel like brown skin is represented by so many different ethnicities. So now let's get into it. Also, hi, hey, hello. My name is Monica Ravi-Chandran, and in case you don't know who I am, or maybe you're new to my channel, I specifically do a lot of content surrounding like the brown community. I'm Indian myself, but I really do feel like brown doesn't just mean like one ethnicity. I'm actually really excited for this because I'll be honest, I made the stupid mistake of also doing like the Latina baddie makeup 2 years ago before I even realized like what it really meant. I kind of regret it because, I don't know, just like a lot of learning lessons for me. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna try Latina makeup on brown skin when most Latinas have brown skin. So I deeply apologize if you remember me from that video. And after watching a lot of Chicana Mexican women actually like do this makeup, I feel like I kind of have a better understanding of it. The other thing I want to highlight is this makeup look is a full beat makeup look. So I am going to start with color corrector for my hyperpigmentation. Orange can cancel out the blue undertones in the hyperpigmentation. And this is the Huda Beauty Full Filter color corrector in the shade Mango. I also want to use this opportunity to highlight other Mexican American content creators. And I watched this one amazing video on TikTok that really highlights like what does Chicana makeup even mean. It just really clarified a lot of things for me and the heritage. I'm just going to play that and let you watch it.
Chicana makeup. Ain't nothing Latin about it. It was made by Chicanas, indigenous women. You know, we rock the thin eyebrows, pointy ass cat eyeliner, big lashes. Because the bigger the lash, the more we stand out. Just like our ancestors, rocking the most intense war paint, so it was known that we were not ones to mess with. Everybody wants to be us, but nobody wants our struggle. Everybody wants to fetishize us and our aesthetic, but not understanding the struggle. All right, so this is how it goes. We were robbed. Colonization left us in a place that's very vulnerable. And sadly, some of us are impoverished. So we took the little bit we do have and we make that shit work. And exactly that, we're warriors. And this is our everyday war paint. Proud to be indigenous, proud to be Chicana.
I feel like that video was just super insightful as to like where the Chicana makeup kind of came from and what it really means. I feel like the makeup is super full beat, so I'm using the One Size Beauty foundation, but it is giving a tad Oompa Loompa-y for my neutral olive skin tone. So I'm gonna mix my green pigment, some color theory. This foundation is so freaking good. I just wish Patrick Starr actually made like a neutral shade. To get that really bright under eye, I'm gonna be using my Huda Beauty Faux Filter color corrector in the shade Toasted Almond. Again, I feel like this is a pretty full beat makeup look. I don't know, I just feel like Latina makeup, Desi makeup, they're like sisters. That meme that's like in the club, we all fam. Also using my Sephora Collection Pro Concealer Blush to kind of blend it out. I know I used a lot of product and as you could tell, it's like super streaky. So after I've blended it out with this small brush, I like to go back in with my foundation brush and just blend everything in so there's no like harsh edges. These are the makeup tips that I wouldn't usually share on like TikTok. I'm just chilling here, like chatting with myself or you. Are you there? I'm gonna go in with my favorite Milani bronzer. If you are around my skin tone, the third shade, I don't remember the name, I'll probably have it linked in the description, is like one of the best neutral toned bronzers if you have brown skin. I feel like this makeup look is very heavy on like the bronzer contour. I really do feel like the Chicana makeup walked so that the Latina baddie makeup could run. I feel like Blush, it was pretty minimal because, I don't know, I guess in the 90s it wasn't really common. I feel like naked without like a blush. So I'm gonna be using this super like nude pink shade from Makeup by Mario. I think the placement is like pretty high up, like higher than I would usually place it. Since this is a matte makeup look and we are giving a little bit too glowy right now, I'm gonna be taking my Huda Beauty powder in the shade Blondie. This is like my holy grail. Also get that like really smooth creaseless under eye. Like you can already see like my under eyes are creasing. I like to blend out those creases first and look up. You see I've already loaded my puff. Grab it and blend it in the back of my hand. And then I will look, but the Huda Beauty powders are literally so good. This is actually like a filter in the bottle. And then for like that extra snatch, I'm even gonna put it like right underneath that contour. I like to use a powder that's like not too bright. We use a lot of powders in this house. So I'm using a fluffier brush on one of my favorite powders. This is from Live Tinted in the shade Medium. No one talks about it. Honestly, I'm kind of down to gatekeep it because it is so good. I like to take the middle part on like a much smaller, fluffier brush. This is like a really good banana brightening powder, and I'll look up and to brighten up the under eyes. I'm also gonna top the bronzer with a little bit of powder bronzer. I feel like especially if you are a brown girl or have darker skin, like setting like your creams with like the same shade really makes that makeup like stay on. Again, these are all tips that only y'all are getting. Also going to set my blush with my favorite e.l.f. powder blush in the shade Always Rosy. How perfect is this? I'm gonna have to beg e.l.f. to bring it back. I'm finally going to address the elephant in the room, which is eyebrows. I know especially with Chicana makeup, most of them like at least make their brows a lot thinner because that is the style that was popular back in the 90s. But unfortunately, the brows, these thick Indian brows are staying. On to my personal favorite part, which is eyeshadow, because I don't think I've given like an actual like in-depth eyeshadow tutorial in so long. And the eyeshadow for Chicana makeup is so beautiful. And I feel like it's just super soft glam, but it's also like matte and wearable. It's like a nude sort of eyeshadow with like a strong wing, which is something that I love. All right, so I think I've at least zoomed you in pretty close. If you have brown skin, darker skin, melanin, the first thing you need to do is eyeshadow primer, because how the hell are you gonna get anything to stay or last if not priming your eyes? I kind of prefer using like a peachy nude eyeshadow primer. This is Moira Cosmetics Prolong Priming Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Peach Nude. This is a little bit lighter than my skin, so it's gonna make the eyeshadow under it pop, but it's not gonna be so jarring. And this also helps extend the wear of the eyeshadow that you put on over it. And I feel like the eyeshadow is super matte, so I'm taking the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. And what I love about this palette is these are like warmer tones, but they're not like too orangey, and they're also not like super cool. I feel like this is a great like brown, skin friendly, warm nude eyeshadow palette. And there's also some really fun shades in here. All right, so the first shade I'm gonna take is Vim on like a smaller, fluffier brush and load it up. The one thing again that I don't show you guys is, do you see how the pigment's just kind of sitting on top of the brush and it doesn't apply patchy? I actually first like to blend it out on the back of my hand first, and then slowly kind of work in layers in like tapping motion. I'm also gonna take the eyeshadow slightly like into like the inner part right here to like almost act as like a contour. The next shade I'm gonna take is this shade called Ride. It's a little bit warmer, but it acts as like the perfect transition color if you are around my skin tone, because do you see how that shadow is a little bit too cool tone for me? I like to take a warmer shade and just blend that into my skin. And I'm gonna take the darkest matte shade, I think it's called Pep, on like a smaller sort of like blending brush. And we're gonna do the same technique. And then I'm only gonna put that in the V. I feel like this V shape really just brings definition to the eyes. The next shade I'm gonna take to highlight is this shade called Ripe on like a smaller, not too dense, but not too fluffy blending brush. This is a really nice like peachy nude shade, and it's gonna be a really good transition from that darker brown shade. I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller fluffy blush and the lightest shade in this palette, which is this one called Mellow. Put that on the inner part of my eye as like a really nice pop and highlight. The next step is really important. That is eyeliner. And I'm taking one of my favorite matte black eyeliners of all time. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm gonna go from the outer part of my eye, and I feel like most of the Chicana makeup eyeliners are like really straight, long eyeliner, which is honestly my favorite. Like that, and then I'm gonna draw like this. What I like to do is I'll take a Q-tip And this one's kind of got like a pointy edge, and really make sure that that line is like decent. And this is the result. Eyeliners, sisters, not twins. So just gonna take a little bit of that leftover darker eyeshadow and put it on my lower lash line. Curl my lashes with the Shiseido eyelash curler. This eyelash curler is really fucking good, especially if you got really straight eyelashes like me. This is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. I've used it so much you can't even see the label anymore. Also gonna do something I haven't done in ages, which is wear a lash. These are the Sephora Collection Charming Full Intense lashes. I don't know, I like the lashes that are like go from really thin to thick. I feel like it just suits my almond eye shapes more. Cutting the lash to my eye shape. I always want to let it dry for about like a minute. I like to take a handheld mirror. I like to look down and then apply it. Take these like things, I don't know, I got them from my press-on lash pack, and I'm just gonna squeeze them together so there's no room between my lash and the lash that I just put on. A final step that I always do when I wear a strip lash is I take a black eyeliner or kajal, and you want to make sure it's waterproof. I will look down and I'm gonna put it in this gap like right here. So much better. Like, look at the difference. This eyelash just looks so much more, I don't know, seamless, if that makes sense. And if you are on the market for a really good eyeliner pencil, this one is from Urban Decay. It's the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. It's time for the lip. And let's be honest, this is probably the most important part, at least from what I've observed. The way that the lips look on the Chicana makeup style, it's very, very, I would say, different. This is also very like 90s Chicana makeup, where they would take like a really deep, dark brown lip liner. This is MAC Chestnut. And I'm just going to slightly overdraw my Cupid's bow. Funny is I don't really have much of a Cupid's bow. It should look something like this. And then I'm also gonna do slightly overdraw my bottom lip liner as well, like that. And then I'm gonna connect it on the inside here. It should look something like this. I feel like nowadays what a lot of us like to do is we really blend out the lip liner, but from what I've learned is I don't think the lip liner is as blended out, but I'm gonna take a really small blending brush and ever so slightly blend it in. The other thing I actually forgot to mention, oh my god, this is so important, is your lip liner, it better be so sharp. So sharp. I actually love this style of like lipstick. No, it's literally made for brown skin. Like, this is the ultimate brown skin friendly lip combo. MAC is in the shade Call It Cozy. So this is, it's like kind of a little bit of a concealer lip. I'm gonna blend it out with my fingers. Go back in with my lip liner again to kind of define it a little bit more. Truly, lip liner fixes all problems. And for some extra definition, because I do have darker skin, I am actually gonna take a really deep lip liner. Like this is a deep lip liner. This is the shade Dimensional Dark Brown. And I'm also gonna ever so slightly, really softly line the top. Because I feel like what makes this lip combo so unique is that ombre effect. Like, the lip liner should be popping. I'm gonna take the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I wouldn't say this is like the most long-lasting setting spray, but it's really good if your makeup is like super matte and you wanna like melt everything together. Okay, don't hate me, but now I'm feeling like the lipstick is too concealer-y. So I'm going in with Warm Teddy, and I'm just gonna put just a little bit to warm it up. So I had a great idea for the pimple that I have going on over here. What if I just treated it as like a mole? Is that weird? It'll look really good, or it'll draw attention to it. What am I doing here? I feel like that looks okay, right? All right, this is the final look. Please let me know if I did this look any justice, but I love the way this turned out, and I also hope that you guys learned a little bit more about like this makeup look and even where like the Latina baddie look came from. Also, if you're Latina, please drop any comments on how I can like improve, and what other makeup looks that you would like to see from me. All the products I will have linked in the description below, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to give your girl a like, a subscribe, a follow, you know the kind of drill. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.